Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the video where I share everything that is left on my physical TBR for 2025 and 2026. So these are all the books that have been acquired over the last year and a half that I would like to read in a reasonably timely fashion. I've talked many times about my preference for reading through the physical books that I own. I'm trying to move towards a preferably digital first TBR before purchasing books. I live in an apartment. I don't have that much space. It's something that I'm working on because if left to my own devices, I would purchase every single book that I ever wanted. And that just isn't practical. But as always, before anyone comes at me in the comments, if you are a collector of books that you don't necessarily read in a timely fashion, no shade to you. This is personal preference because it stresses me out if I have physical books unread. It has nothing to do with anyone else. I could not care less about anyone else's purchasing habits. Alrighty, so we are going to go through these quite literally from oldest to most current purchase. So strap in, have a drink. I don't know how long this is going to take us. Let's go. I will preface, I'm not going to be talking about these books. I'm literally going to be doing a bit of a show and tell. I have The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulet, which I believe is a young adult title. I'm currently waiting for the audiobook because this book, she's thick. Against the Wild by Kat Martin, which I believe is a romantic suspense book. It's set in Alaska. I did purchase this for a challenge last year and I never read it. I am curious about it though. Witch Power by Emma Quilty, which I purchased last year, and then it really beautifully fits a buzzword prompt for this year, except I'm no longer doing the buzzword challenge, so I'll read it eventually. I'm very curious. I should pick it up sooner rather than later, or I save it for October. I'll probably save it for October. Down Under Hearts by Becca Seymour, romance set in Australia. I should also say this is the first book in a series of books that I'm going to talk about that all came from Rare last year. So I'll tell you when the Rare books finish. This is the start. Totally Fanatic and Totally Played by Becca Jackson. These are part of her Love in Play series. This is one of the series that I have on my series to read in 2026. I am up to these books now. No, I'm not. I need to read book 3 and then this is book 4 and this is book 5. I do love these editions though. They're really cool. The Inventions of Wings by Robin Knight. This was a book that I started the first chapter of in a try-chapter video. It is a hockey romance and I met the author at Rare. So I did pick up a book because I am genuinely curious to read it. All right, the last 2 books from Rare are the ones that are possibly going to break me. The Rare Anthology volumes. So this is volume 1. And volume 2. These will form part of my anthology reads for this year. I should probably leave them out because I need to get started on them. On the fun side, I did collect a whole bunch of swag from authors as I was going around getting these books signed. So that's fun. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This is earmarked for a vlog that I'm currently in the middle of filming, so this is coming sooner rather than later. Revolve by Belle Cabra. I just need to read this. Literally sitting at the front of my basket staring at me. Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This again is just a book I feel like I should have read many years ago and I'm excited to try. I just need a cozy rainy afternoon to read this. So hopefully soon. We are in winter after all. What Did I Miss by Holly Brunbauer. This is an Australian romance, although I'm hoping that I do not get burnt with this one like I have the other traditionally published romances by Australian authors, in that it's contemporary fiction with a romance and that it's an actual romance. Please keep your fingers crossed because if it's the other one, I'm probably going to throw it across the room. I've just been burnt so many times. It's really depressing when that happens. Along a similar vein is Salty, Spiced and a Little Bit Nice by Cynthia Timoti, although this one looks more like an actual romance, so I have slightly higher hopes for this one. Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle. Last year was the year of me really diving into Chuck Tingle's novels and having a delightful time. This is on the list. This might be another October read. All right, and lucky last for the 2025 physical books is Star Watchers, A History of Discovery in the Night Sky by Joanne Baker. This is part of my, astronomy personal curriculum, which I've sort of read and sort of haven't read, but I'm excited to get to this. I really am. I will at some point. I did tell everyone me doing a personal curriculum was not going to end well. Like, I'll get to the books eventually, but I'm not going to get to them or make notes in any reasonable fashion. Which brings us to the unread 2026 books. And we are starting, because these ones all have months attached to them, with a book from February. So I've read all of my January books that I acquired, which was a grand total of 25 books. We're starting off with a middle fiction book. This is A Rover's Story by Jasmine Waga. This has been staring at me for ages and I just haven't been in a middle fiction mood the last couple of weeks. But if I leave it in front of me staring at me, I will get to it. Then when I went to a book signing earlier this year, I picked up Firebirds by Kate J. Armstrong. This is the follow-up to The Nightbirds, which I read a while ago. It is an Australian young adult sapphic story and I'm really intrigued to get to this one. I do have the audiobook on hold for it, so I'm hoping to tandem read it. Tandem read? Immersive read. Then we have some more Australian middle fiction. There is The Boy and the Dog Tree by Fiona Wood. And then a trilogy, which I have not read the first book of yet. The Callers, The Hidden Forest, and The Journey Home, all by Kaya Thomas. I bought the first 2 books and then the third book came out and I bought the third book. So I feel like I just need to do a reading vlog reading this series. Welcome to my life. I have Unbound by Peyton Corinne. I did have the NetGalley arc. The formatting on the book was absolutely atrocious. I couldn't read it, so I did purchase a copy because I do want to read it and I do want to go back and review it at some point. Maybe I need to put these two in a vlog together or read them in the same week. I also have The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst, also part of the vlog that I'm currently in the middle of filming. This is a YA fantasy book, possibly with some romance and beautiful sprayed edges. This one you will hear about sooner rather than later. I'm on a Sarah Beth Durst kick. Then I have Once Upon Tomorrow by Karen Comer, which is a YA novel in verse that came out. I should probably read this one because it's YA novel in verse. It'll be a pretty fast read. But I have read Karen's books before, love them. Looking forward to getting to this one. Please no one get angry at me. Archangel's Eternity by Nalini Singh. I usually sit on the Guild Hunter books for a couple of months before I pick them up. This is even worse because this is the final book in the series. It'll happen, I promise, it'll happen. Of course it'll happen. I have expectations for myself on how much of my physical TBR I read every year. Power Play by Chelsea Curto, which is the second book in the DC Stars series. I love the first book, Face Off, and I did buy the second book because it was on sale, but I will probably read the ebook because again, she's very big. And then, because we have good timing, I have a box of books from Allen and Unwin. These are all coming out at the start of August. This is Wheeler the Koori Warrior Heroes. It is book 5 in the series by Jordan Gould and Richard Pritchard, who are lovely. I met them at a book signing event earlier in the year. Stuck in the Middle by Anton Clifford Matopi, middle fiction read. And then the first 2 books in the Little Isaac Footy Fever series, there is First Bounce and Game On. These are by Isaac Heaney with Nicole Hayes and illustrated by Dan McGuinness. I've read a lot of Nicole Hayes books in the past. And the rest are picture books for review. Cockadoodle Moo by Tanya Hennessy and illustrated by Shiloh Gordon. I'm probably going to mispronounce this because it's a New Zealand title. I apologise. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Takapu the Lone Hunter by Ned Barrard. The Baby Sleeps by Lisa Dick and illustrated by Laura B. And then How the Fish Got Their Bones by Sam Tide and illustrated by Tori J. Morty, which should be fun. So that is everything on my physical TBR still left to read. In the comments, I'd love to know, have you read any of these books? Are there any that I should prioritize? Feel free to let me know what you want to see reviews of first. I can't guarantee that I'll get to them first, but I'll try my best. If you just want to let me know that you're here but you don't leave a comment, feel free to leave a book stack emoji. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everyone.